We have 30mm rounds. For those of you watching, this is one right here, so it actually is probably a little bigger than a Coke can.
Yeah.
Look at the size of the bullet.
Very big. Typical sound, right?
So that sound you just heard.
Jolene, 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 don't take my man away.
Okay.
What's that?
Is this a real plane or is just a toy?
Let me see. Oh, the A-10. This is a real one, Sarah.
Really, it's very scary.
It's very scary, specific for American enemies. It's my favorite plane on the US military.
Okay.
Because of that, we are going to react to the A-10 Warthog, the aircraft built around its cannon. Say hello to our friends.
Hi guys.
Our friends, thank you so much for all the support. We really appreciate that. That said, Sarah, ask them for the most important thing.
Guys, leave a like, thumbs up.
And if they subscribe,
You make our day.
that's right. Link below. Let's go. Yeah.
This is the A-10 Thunderbolt.
Is that a machine gun on the
That's,
top?
yeah, that's a machine gun. Actually, this is not a plane. This is a machine gun that flies.
Okay, I never see a weapon with wings.
Yeah, this is a weapon with wings. This is they call this a flying tank. It's my favorite plane, Sarah. So please like this one, because if you like this one, makes me so happy.
Okay.
This is the A-10
Yeah.
Thunderbolt II, an iconic attack aircraft that's essentially a flying tank.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
you've probably heard the A-10 referred to by another name, the Warthog, and that's due to its fierce, aggressive, and distinctive appearance. In fact, it's been said that the A-10 is the ugliest, most beautiful aircraft on the planet. Now today, I'm here at Moody Air Force Base with the 23rd Wing Flying Tigers to learn all about the A-10's incredible design and capabilities. But we're not just talking theory, because we're gonna have the chance to witness a live fire demonstration that I promise you won't want to miss. So just a warning, you better strap in and prepare yourself, because this is the A-10 Warthog.
Oh man, I honestly think this is one of the most legendary planes ever. This is a legendary one. I mean, it's crazy. The design, how powerful it was. Man, sorry. I'm a bit excited, Sarah. Let's continue. Look at that. Oh.
Yeah.
Them in partnership with the Air Force.
Air Force, yeah.
Talk about a big sponsor, my friend.
Sam, welcome to Moody.
It's good to see you. I'm here with Captain Josh Flores, call sign Fuego. Now, Captain Flores and I actually went to school together at the Air Force Academy. We graduated in the same class. I always knew you'd be doing big things. But what can you tell us about this jet? What's it like to fly the A-10?
Yeah, Sam, one word, it's incredible. The jet was designed for close air support. It's close proximity to friendly forces, so those dudes on the ground, when they need help, they call us.
Okay.
But,
So
the best part,
there are planes that fly in the air and the others fight on the ground. I don't understand that.
Okay, let me. Sarah knows very little about the
Yeah.
military stuff. To be fair, I also know little. But basically, this is a support type of plane.
Okay.
All planes fly, Sarah.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
But I understood
Yeah.
what you meant. But basically, this plane is kind of like the soldiers are in big trouble.
Yeah.
American soldiers. Ooh, Russian. No, I shouldn't have said that, Russian. But you get the point. They are in deep trouble and they call for help.
Okay.
The A-10 Warthog comes and goes. And they are fine.
Okay. So
No.
they are specific.
They are for close combat.
Okay,
Yeah, I
okay.
think that's fair to say. Yeah, and I honestly believe they end up being made to destroy tanks back in the day. So it kind of makes sense they are for close combat. For example, a F-22 or a F-35, they are quite more advanced than this one, to be fair. But this one fits a specific role, you know. It's for close combat. The others, they are like
to fight in the air, maybe.
very high up there. Yeah,
Okay,
and they are crazy fast. It's a different type of battle. You know what I mean?
I see. Okay.
it's sitting right above that 30mm cannon.
Well, I can't remember an aircraft I've been more excited to see up close and in action. But before we get there, I do want to cover a little bit of the background on how this aircraft came to be.
Okay.
The A-10 Warthog is truly unlike any other aircraft in history. Developed back in the 1970s, it was built to fill the vital role of close air support.
It's very old, and they will probably talk about this, but I think it will be retired soon.
Oh, why?
I mean, technology. Nowadays, this was amazing years ago. Of course, now, even though it's my favorite plane, and I think still very good, but America, is always innovating. So they have much better stuff now.
In history. Developed back in the 1970s, it was built to fill the vital role of close air support that was set by the US Air Force.
Yeah.
They needed an airplane that was simple, effective, and survivable, one that could fill in the gaps of the US Army's helicopter fleet. Essentially, they needed an attack helicopter, but in airplane form, and that's exactly what they got. The A-10 rose to fame during the Gulf War, with various reports stating that it was responsible for destroying more than 900 enemy tanks, 2,000 military vehicles, 1,200 pieces of artillery, and even 2 helicopters. But while its record is impressive, the design is really what's mind-blowing. And starting from the front, you'll find the most iconic feature on the A-10, the 30mm 7-barrel Gatling gun known as the GAU-8 Avenger.
Must be bad.
It's one of the most powerful
to inhale all that smoke.
As a pilot,
Yeah.
I actually thought about that. I bet it's bad, yeah. But these have a specific smell. Do you know the smell?
The ball smell?
The bullet smell. Have a specific,
yeah,
but there is a specific word for that. That smell. Freedom.
Guns to ever be strapped onto an aircraft, making the GAU-8 Avenger the first gun in history to get its own plane.
Looks
Well,
so
Sam,
scary.
This is the GAU-8 Avenger, our 30mm cannon. You see it's got 7 barrels there, can hold about 1,150 rounds of that 30 mic. Shoots at 70 rounds per second for 3,900
70 rounds per second. Okay, that's okay.
rounds per minute. We got 3 different types of rounds.
Wait, sorry.
Shoots at 70 rounds per second for 3,900 rounds per minute. We got 3 different types of rounds. You have your armor piercing, your high explosive, and then your target practice round. You can really think that high explosive is almost like an individual hand grenade coming out of each barrel.
So just doing the math there, 70 rounds per second, 1,150 rounds total. That's what, roughly 20 seconds of freedom you can pull that trigger? Can you guys do that?
Well, we try not to for the sake of the gun. What we'll strive to do is about 1 second to 2 second bursts. They'll put about 100 rounds down on target just to save ammo for multiple targets and to keep the gun healthy.
Oh, still so crazy. Damn. I'm so sorry, my friend, but I had to stop the video. I was looking at my statistics on YouTube, and guess what? Most of my viewers are not subscribers. How the hell is that possible? Please consider to do it if you are one of those. That said, we are not done. Another thing, if you can follow me on social media, links below. That would mean the world to me. You make my day, as you are aware. There is also a Patreon link below, and you may find some country music reactions. Take a look. You can join for free, actually. That said, let's continue with this.
All right, moving on to the wings. We've got 11 hard points, or just pylons that are mounted on the wing and then under the fuselage itself. You can put a whole bunch of different stuff on here. So we have your AIM-9 mic right here, an air-to-air missile. You can carry a bunch of different bombs. So you have our laser-guided bombs, you have the GPS-guided bombs, small diameter bombs, which give us a little more range.
Carries a lot of weapons.
Oh yeah, like the machine gun was not enough, right?
Yeah.
Put some bombs. Okay.
You have the air-to-ground missile, 65, AGM-65.
And missiles.
It's a tank-killing missile, right? Just what this jet was built for. This one's a Delta model, so it's IR seeking. Then you have the main gear well here. And if you take a look at how big that tire is, it's built basically so we can take off and land from austere locations. Like I'm sure you've seen the highway videos or any dirt strips. This jet was built for that.
Yeah, and the few times I've seen the A-10 fly, I was actually
So basically can land everywhere.
Okay.
It's crazy.
impressed with kind of its speed and agility. I mean, I know it's not known for going fast or being agile, but you guys can dive pretty steep when you're doing those strafe runs, huh?
Yeah, well, you got to think where we're going into, right? We're strafing a target, we're dropping bombs in a target. Those people aren't going to be real happy that they're getting shot at, right? So they're going to start shooting back at us. So we need that maneuverability to get out of the way, return back to kind of a safer location before we can roll in again.
Now, the damage the A-10 can inflict on the battlefield is only half of what makes this platform so incredible. The other half is the damage the A-10 can withstand itself. When flying close air support missions, oftentimes you're in the direct line of enemy fire, and so durability is vital. The A-10's design allows the aircraft to survive direct hits from armor-piercing and high-explosive projectiles. Its 2 engines are mounted on the rear fuselage, giving them the best chance of surviving anti-aircraft fire. The canopy is made up of bulletproof glass, and the cockpit is surrounded by an 1.5-inch thick titanium tub that protects both the pilot and the flight controls. Even if the gun itself were to malfunction and explode, it wouldn't be able to penetrate the cockpit due to the robust titanium design. Okay. So when A-10 pilots are flying in enemy territory, taking on enemy fire, what's going through your head? I mean, I know this aircraft is incredibly durable, so that's got to be pretty comforting knowing it takes, quite a lot to bring this thing down?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, you have the first thing, you have the titanium bathtub that's right under you, protecting you from small arm fire, right? But there's also tons of redundancies built into this jet, from the hydraulics to the electronics to our targeting system. One of the most iconic things is the manual reversion flight control system. So there have been jets that lost all of their hydraulic fluid, where traditionally you'd need that to fly, right? You just flip this little lever over and then you're flying like with pulleys and cables like you did 60 years ago. So it takes quite a lot to take it down, and it's pretty comforting knowing that. So welcome to the cockpit. There are a couple of things that I want to point out that are unique to the A-10, starting with our radios down here. So the A-10 has 4 different radios.
You must be really smart to understand how the plane works.
To be a pilot, you need to be crazy smart. And the pilots that the American military have, they are elite. They are the best of the best.
Are for interflight between the flight lead and the wingman. But
I'm going to say something. You know what? 50 years ago, I thought the US military was innovating like crazy because they made this one, the A-10, they made the F-15. I mean, my friends, the F-15 and the A-10 like top 5 planes ever because they are so famous both, and they are from the same era. With all the respect, I don't feel like the F-35 is that iconic.
Okay.
To be fair, it's not battle tested as well, but this was a golden era,
One specific radio that's important to the A-10, that's the large radio. That's a combat search and rescue specific radio. It lets us talk to down air crew. So when we're doing our CSARs, it helps us communicate with them and find where they're at. Moving on, we've got our armored control panel here that arms up the gun and any other weapons we have on the jet. We've got our 2 multi-function displays. Here we can throw up a moving map that lets us see pretty much the whole battlefield or a targeting pod or any other sort of information we want to get. We've got our countermeasure system here to protect us while we're flying, and then finally our computer where we input grids and coordinates so that we can plot those on that map.
Look, all those
Most
buttons.
importantly though, we have the
great.
stick.
It's great.
Right, you got your pickle button out here for bombs and missiles, and then you got the trigger down here.
So when you're sitting here and you pull that trigger, I mean, I imagine the recoil is pretty crazy. What's that feel like?
So surprisingly, there's not really recoil, right? I've heard a lot of people say, when you shoot the A-10, it stops in flight. That's not true. But it does shake violently. And you can see in our HUD, the whole thing shakes and you almost lose what you're looking at.
Seems very difficult.
You can feel the vibrations throughout the cockpit. And then
it's the American power.
The gun gas, all that gunpowder come through the cockpit. It's pretty awesome.
Now, an A-10 being a relatively...
See, but they smell the gunpowder. Not probably...
It's impossible.
Yeah, the amount of bullets that this shoots is crazy.
Lower jet than like a fighter jet. How many Gs do you guys typically pull on a mission?
So it depends. We can pull up to just a little over 7 Gs. That doesn't happen too often, but typically on a mission, in our safe escape maneuver, getting away from the ground, we'll pull anywhere between 4 to 5 Gs. That's pretty standard what you see on any kind of sortie that we fly.
And you guys do wear G-suits though, right?
Oh yeah, we wear the G-suit every sortie we fly.
So when it comes to the targeting and accuracy of the weapons, I mean, is there anything you're doing up here? Is that a complex process? How precise is it?
Yeah, so it's kind of a 2-part answer there. As far as targeting, we'll get the grids that we put in our computer, and then we can look in our targeting pod. That's really going to give us very specific location where that is. Now, when it comes time to roll in, the A-10 has a very unique feature called PAC, precision augment control. And what that does is it basically freezes the flight controls. So when you're down final and you're pointing your gun, your crosshairs aren't moving. It's to pretty much ensure that when you're down final, you're gonna get the most accurate shot.
And I know your helmet's a little unique too. I see you got a cool little monocle there. What's that all about?
So right here we have the helmet mounting cueing system. And what this allows the A-10 pilot to do is wherever we look down on the ground, we can slave our targeting pod to wherever we're looking. So I'll look down on the ground
How
right
cool
there,
is that?
and I'll tell my targeting pod, I want
Crazy.
you to look also at that spot. And that really helps us expedite the targeting process.
But I'm going to assume when this plane was, developed back in the day, 50 years ago, they didn't have this. Probably this is something that became a thing
right.
a bit later, yeah. Maybe in the 90s or something.
Now, before we can witness the live fire demonstration, the aircraft, of course, needs to be loaded. However,
Yes.
on the A-10, that process is a little bit unique. This is the ammunition loading assembly cart, also known as the Dragon, and it's made specifically
The
How many
Dragon.
bullets
A
this
lot,
plane needs?
a lot. I mean, it's like 1,000 per minute, so a
Yeah.
lot.
for the GAL-8 Avenger. And we're about to get an up-close look at how it works.
We came for the win. We're ready to jump. No parachute. We're flying straight to the sun.
So what you're about to see is us actually use the ALA. And what we're gonna start with is we're gonna start with the rounds that enter this section right here. They travel all the way down these chutes. They travel around and through this table, and they go out of that head into the jet. So the reason why we have to use this machine is because it would be physically impossible to take all those rounds and put them into the jet one by one. It'd also be unethical.
Right.
It would take forever. So
Yeah.
this machine is to expedite it, is to make it quicker and a lot more efficient so that we can get the rounds in the jet so they can do their job.
So how long does it take to completely load up the A-10 gun?
So that's a great question. It's gonna take on average around 30 to 45 minutes to install all the rounds, and if it's necessary to take rounds out of the jet as well.
So 45 minutes to load it, about 20 seconds I learned to completely get rid of all that. Pretty crazy.
That's
Right.
crazy.
All right, so if you come follow me, I'll show you the rounds that we're gonna put into the jet.
All right, what do we got here?
All right, so right here you've got your ammo cans. It's 575 rounds per can, and it takes 2 cans to fully upload the jet.
So literally stacked from bottom to top, we have 30 millimeter rounds. For those of you watching, this is one right here. So it actually is probably a little bigger than a Coke can.
Yeah,
Look at the size of the bullet.
very big.
It's
It's the size of...
Of what, Sarah?
no.
I'm joking, I'm joking. But
beer-
it's very...
a beer bottle,
Yeah, beer
maybe,
bottle,
yeah.
yeah. It's giant. I won't bite.
And Coke bottle, I guess. And what do you say? It weighs about 3 pounds?
About 3 pounds, and you know what? I think it's time that we fire up the Dragon and load it.
So the A-10
The thing is, this spits like 1,000 bullets per minute.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like rockets. You know what the hell?
gun
That's so
is
crazy.
now fully loaded, and I was just told we're gonna have a few other surprises in store to drop out on the range. This right here is what I've been waiting for. So if you're ready, let's get
Let's
it.
go. The sound is so iconic. Oh boy. Okay, wait. I'm actually excited for it.
Are you prepared?
My friend, leave us a like. Actually, there is another plane
Okay.
that we have to watch. There is 2 actually. We have to take a look at the F-22 Raptor. It will blow your mind. And the B-2 Bomber. Because
bomber.
The B-2
Okay.
Bomber is crazy. My friends, leave us a like if you enjoy this type of reactions because we continue with the craziest planes ever. Let's go, Sarah.
I'm here at the Grand Bay Bombing and Gunnery Range, just a few miles to the east of Moody Air Force Base, and this is going to be our playground for the live fire demo. Now, I'm standing on a tower about 500 meters away from the impact area, which consists of a strafing zone and various connexes that the A-10s are going to target. I was told this is the closest I can be for safety, which I am totally okay with. Normally I'm up for getting a little bit closer for the action, but for this, nah. I'm cool hanging back.
I would love to see a live demonstration.
I don't think it is. To see this one in specific, I'm not
It's
sure.
very expensive. Yeah.
No, I don't. I'm not even sure if there is
No,
any.
for them.
Oh, for them it's crazy
for them.
expensive,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah,
But I'm
yeah.
not even sure if there is any money that we could pay to see this, you know,
Yeah.
because this is the military, you know, so
Yeah.
it's difficult.
Typical sound, right?
So that sound you just heard from the 30mm gun is probably the most iconic gun sound in the world. And if you listen closely, you'll actually hear two sounds. The first is the rounds actually hitting the target, because the rounds travel faster than the speed of sound. The second sound is the gun itself. It's a lot more mechanical sounding, and that's because of that Severn barrel spinning and firing. It's pretty cool.
This is crazy because this is really crazy. The bullets, they travel faster than the speed of sound.
Yeah.
So some people that you know, get killed by this never end up hearing the
Yes.
you know. It's so damn good.
Now, if you look on the bottom of the A-10, you may notice some black paint at the top, and that's actually a false canopy. It was designed to confuse the enemy on whether the A-10 was right side up or right side down. And especially in air-to-air combat, when an aircraft is turning left or turning right, even a split second of indecision from the enemy can make all the difference. So if you remember back when Captain Flores mentioned when he fires the gun in the cockpit, he can actually smell the smoke. Well, when the A-10 was originally being developed, they realized that the gun could actually damage the engines and choke them out because they weren't getting enough oxygen from all that smoke from the gun. So what they did is they modified it and built a special combustion chamber, which is what are on these aircraft now. So now there's no issue when you're firing that gun, aircraft can fly just fine.
The destruction is crazy.
Yeah.
I believe it's a missile. I believe. I don't know.
Well, there you have it, the incredible A-10 Warthog. I hope you enjoyed getting an up-close look at this iconic aircraft.
Crazy.
I know I'm going to need a little bit of time to recover after this one. It was pretty crazy. I do want to thank the 23rd Wing for helping make this video happen. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss out on any future videos. And I'll catch you next time.
Damn! Oh, this guy has the best channel ever.
Yeah.
B2 Lancer, the most powerful bomber? Well, I only know about the B2. Maybe we should take a look at this one also.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it, Sarah. Crazy one, right?
Yes, crazy video.
Now you understand why it's my favorite plane in the US military. That said, say goodbye to our friends.
Bye, guys.
Bye, my friends.